I really wanted to take a nap, but the afternoon's getting shorter, and I've got a friend coming over tonight for us to watch a movie. So I decided I'd better get my blog up to date. Kay was in the dining room, and they'd had breakfast. I go through these little things repetitively because there are certain people who watch this blog who use it as a guide to judge perhaps how Kay is doing, as they may have had a loved one who had dementia, Alzheimer's, and they're maybe related. They want to see how she's getting along. So these boring, repetitive descriptions of how she's getting along are necessary for their benefits, and also to keep an update on what happens with dementia. But in any case, she was in the dining room, and I was just sitting there holding her hand, and then I noticed that her eyes were closed. So, well, better get her into the bedroom and let her have a nap, as I was tired too, just as tired as she was. So I got her into the bedroom, and we lay on the bed until it was time to go. The lady who occupies the other bed wasn't there for most of the time, but she came in eventually, and it was cool in there, so I turned on the heat for the first time. You could smell it, how bad it was. Had dust, when it hadn't been on for quite some time. So anyway, I got back home, and I thought, well, I've been having the boat, that's the name of this German World War II submarine crew that I thought was a pretty good show. I'd invited my friend to come over sometime and watch it, so he decided to come tonight. So I decided, well, I'll go up to Thriftway and get one of these small watermelons. Paid $6 for last time. I don't think that much of them because they're not that sweet anyway, but I went down to the bus stop across the street from here, and my bus came by, but normally the first one I catch, it stops on a different part of the corner, and the one I want makes a left turn and stops right in front of the store. So I waved this first guy bus on, but the other one didn't come. So that left me without a way to get to Thriftway. So I said, well, I procrastinated, wondered what to do, and finally decided I'll call a cab. It's only about 3 blocks up there. It won't cost all that much. 3.5 drop and 2.5 a mile, and about half a mile or less. So I called a cab, and it'll find out it's only a $2 drop and 2 or 2.5 a mile. Well, this Uber has really been some competition for these guys, and got their rates down to a realistic price. So I was real happy with that. I got out of the cab, and I think it was 3.5. Anyway, I didn't have anything. They gave the guy a 5 and told him, "You want to wait? I'll be right back out." No, he wasn't going to wait. He's going to take off, get some bigger fish to fry. And so he gave it to me for $2 or $3. I couldn't believe it. Some guy from Africa. He wanted to get it. He wouldn't want to wait to get back. So anyway, I would have tipped him, of course, if he'd have taken me back. But I went down and got a apple turnover. They got a nice deli there. Came back up and had the guy pick me out a watermelon. And she says, "For something." I said, "What do you mean? I paid $6 for that last watermelon." Huh? $2? So, well, what the heck? So I got the watermelon and the apple turnover for 4.5. This was my lucky day, I guess. But I'm finding out that my stamina has gone downhill like an express train. It's not encouraging. So I rushed out to get the bus, and I left my coffee sitting there just as well because it would have been too hard to handle. And so I got back home in really quick time, lucked out this time, but that'll be the last time I'll do that. It's too indecisive. I didn't want to wait a half hour or an hour for a bus and trying to get a cab for that distance.